What role does my body language play in my confidence level? What exactly is this question? Well, basically, is this thing like this question is literally like the construction of the sentence is little bit difficult. It's not really that much very difficult question. Let me understand to you so that what exactly is this. So the question is that ki what kind of like a somethingly body change happen after you build up the confidence. Like what is exactly like a physical appearance change. If you don't really understand, I'm gonna example to you. Okay, yeah. Have you watched Sandeep Maheshwari? Okay, Sandeep Maheshwari is a motivational speaker. He has a YouTube channel and he kind of like a something motivate people. All right, yeah. So when he talk to the people, okay, when people ask bunch of questions about this and that, so when he talk, he kind of like a something really that he like represent or kind of like a something that he execute the entire thing with the body language, not only verbal but as also body language. Okay, yeah. Why? Because of that, he has a lot of information about how do that execute that particular question. Okay, yeah. Sandeep Maheshwari example is not properly right into this question. Let me change the example. Have you seen the comedian? Okay, like a stand-up comedy. Okay, yeah. So in the stand-up comedy, there is a kind of like a particular guy who stand up at the kind of like a bench, okay, and started doing comedy. Okay, yeah, comedy skit, whatever it is. So yeah. So when he execute that particular thing, he don't really execute just a story. No, he execute entire emotions, he execute entire thing, he execute entire thing with his body language, with whatever he has. Okay, yeah. As also when he execute the story is not kind of like a somebody just say. No, he kind of like a take a pause at particular moment when people are started laughing. Okay, yeah. So it is lot of thing. Okay, yeah. Like when you watch the stand-up comedy show, you realize that the people who are actually talking, they are kind of like a bit really aware of that ki what they want to talk. Okay. Another thing is that ki they already done this thing hundreds of time in front of millions of people, so they know what is exactly the time where people will laugh. Okay, because they have all those experience. As also they have this story, they are actually kind of like telling this thing to you. They actually tell this story, they kind of like a rehearsal that story millions of time at the home. So they have kind of like a information regarding about the things that they should supposed to say, means script. They have kind of like a experience regarding about what they should supposed to say, and as also experience about that ki they already done this thing stand up comedy for years, so they have kind of like experience. Okay, when information and experience come together, it kind of like a converted into the confidence. Okay, yeah. But that confidence is kind of like a something very different, because it not only kind of like include the confidence, it include the confidence with ultra pro level of max. Means like that ki your confidence is actually dominating the people. Means like that you are executing your things with your action. Okay, yeah. And that kind of like a feels really like a improve, or kind of like a something like that ki your body language change when you have particular confidence. Okay, means like that ki at particular sentence you talk very loudly, at particular sentence you talk very slowly, at particular sentence you kind of like do little bit this gesture or that gesture. Okay, yeah. I also wanted to put the one example, uh, like this kind of like a something very good example. Okay, yeah. So have you seen, I don't know, have you are you seen this thing? Basically this thing, I am a kind of like a person who likes geopolitics. Okay, what's the geopolitics? Politics is actually happened internationally, so that is called geopolitics. Okay, yeah. So Indian external minister, um, um, what is his name? His name is like he's really popular guy, dude. Yeah, I know his name. His name is uh, uh, Madhavan, no. Why the fuck I got this? He's like a really reputed person, dude. Like I should supposed to know the external affair minister. Affair S. Jaishankar, yeah. S. Jaishankar, sir. Okay, yeah. So this is S. Jaishankar, sir. Okay, yeah. Very like a really good person. Like I haven't really met that particular person, but it's just like that. Like he has a lot of experience regarding about the external affair. Okay, he done lot of work, entire life in particular politics in this. What exactly happened in the internationally things and stuff like that. Okay, yeah, I follow that particular guy in the every platform in the social media platform whatever. So this example is really resonate with this question. Okay, so there is a one like a the one interview was literally famous about S. Jaishankar sir. Okay, yeah, that ki one reporter says that ki like basically in the Europe, Russia and Ukraine is actually fighting regarding about land acquisition and whatever it is. Okay, I'm not really sure, but yeah, they are fighting about this thing. So basically, is this thing Europe are kind of like a something very scared that ki like Russia will kind of like a something like a take the land of Ukraine and then stuff and stuff, or maybe World War Three, वगैरह वगैरह वगैरह. Okay, yeah. So this kind of like some dispute is actually happening. Yeah, till now is actually also happening. Russia and Ukraine dispute is still now is actually happening. Okay, yeah. So, uh, but during this period of time, India really required a oil. Okay, yeah, a petroleum product. We really require petroleum product because our entire economy is actually based on that petrol and cars and vehicles and industries actually work on the oils. Okay, yeah. Russia has a tremendous amount of oil. Okay, and he wanted to export that oil, but because of the Russia Ukraine war, they have kind of like a some sort of allegation that you won't be able to sell this oil to the any other country. But India is a kind of like a something exceptional because of that. India is not only have a good relationship with Russia, but has also good relationship with the US too. Okay, yeah. So basically, is this thing that if we didn't really bought the oil, then probably our economy will kind of like a corrupt, and that is really not good for our economy. So it is really essential to us, like as a Indian, that we should supposed to buy oil, crude oil from the Russia because it's kind of like a cheap and it's really good quality. Okay, yeah. Other than Middle East, which is kind of like a something, I don't know, yeah. So after like during this war situation, India is still buying the crude oil from the Russia. Okay, yeah. So it kind of like a something like that. Like basically is this thing Russia is kind of like earning little bit of money. Yeah. Like why is this money's matter? Yeah. Money is actually matter because of that. If like there is a war is actually happened, and if you want to stop the war, there is only one way to stop the war is that cut down all the resources and funding. Okay, yeah, means like that if the one country is actually invading another country, then there is only one solution to stop this war is that we have to not giving them resources. Okay, yeah, in this particular example Russia, we shouldn't supposed to give the resources, and as also is this thing that we shouldn't supposed to buy or we shouldn't supposed to do anything at all, we shouldn't supposed to do any business at all. So if the country doesn't really have any kind of like a money, then how do that particular country spend that money to the war, and in the end that war will be stopped. All right, so this kind of like a something the fundamental example to fundamental a way to stop the war. All right, yeah. So basically this thing that Europe country, the reporter of the European country, they say that to the external minister of S. Jaishankar, say that why are you kind of like a something buying oil from the Russia? Okay, because like it's not really good. Russia is actually invading Europe, and it's not really good. We have kind of like a something plan that we should supposed to execute, that they cut down the resources and everything. But after all those things, you are still buying crude oil from the Russia, which is not really good because in the end, kind of like a fund the war, and and like it's not really good. So you have to stop this thing. Okay, yeah. So then what exactly Jaishankar says that, as Jaishankar says that ki, it says that ki, like basically the Europe war is a world war. Okay, yeah. But besides Europe war, there is no war. What do you mean by that? It means like that ki whenever Europe is actually kind of like a something really have a little bit of war situation, it kind of like a became a global news that ki Europe has this war and that war, and we have a lot of history regarding about this thing. Okay, yeah. But besides Europe, there is also another continent too, and they have kind of like a something like clashes too. Like basically, when did you last time you heard about there is a kind of like clashes in Africa and Middle East and then South Asia and something like that? There is always be clashes, yeah, but they are not kind of like a gaining that much attention as much Europe. Okay, yeah, because Europe is a kind of like a something like a very developed kind of like a continent, so that's why it's like that ki most of people are really connect with that Europe and stuff like that. So our mentally is kind of like a something connect this thing that ki your Russia and Ukraine is actually fighting, so Europe is in danger, so Europe has a war, that means a world war. But technically there are a lot of things actually happen in the entire world, like in the South America there is things actually happen, there is like Africa, Middle East, and everywhere like things are not good. Okay, yeah. And basically Europe always have that kind of like a mindset that ki like a Europe war is a kind of like a world war, but like when there is a kind of like a war is actually happening in Russia, in Africa, Middle East, or South America, or kind of like a something South Asia, then this is kind of like a something they are not a world war. It's a kind of like we shouldn't supposed to give that much importance to that particular war, and this is kind of like a something represent the entire history. Okay, yeah. So that's why it's like that na ki when Jaishankar, the external affair minister, Indian external affair minister, he says that ki Europe war is a world war, but besides Europe war, there is nothing really at all. Like he didn't really say the exact word. He says something really very good word. I'm not really sure, but the point that he was telling like this. Okay, yeah. So when he says that thing, na, it kind of like a represent the confidence of the India. Okay, yeah. Because of that, ki this is a kind of like a something person who is external affair of India, but he's not kind of like a representing himself. He representing the India. India has a kind of like a something good power regarding about the economy, good power regarding about the building relationship with the every country and everything. We are kind of like a something. India is a kind of like a representing a piece to the entire world. Okay, yeah. So basically, it's this thing that ki our economy really required a crude oil. Okay, yeah. And why do we supposed to kind of like not buy a particular oil because of you are saying this thing and that thing? Yeah, we definitely want to stop the war, but it's like that na ki we also really because of this thing, because of your war, we don't really want to cripple our economy and stuff like that as also. Okay, yeah. And there are a lot of factors regarding about this thing. Okay, it's like that na the war is not actually thing is that ki, like it's not kind of like a something like war. Okay, it's kind of like a something like military aggression and stuff like which is already happened in the entire world. Like basically it's this thing that ki LOC, line of control, then POK, Pakistan occupied Kashmir. Okay, yeah. Then there is a Kashmir, there is a Africa, there is like a in every country they have kind of like a something like border clashes, and it's kind of like a something equivalent to the border clashes in Russia, Ukraine too. Okay, yeah. So that's why it's like that na ki like Europe is always kind of like a putting the priority regarding about that ki Russia is actually invading the Europe and stuff like that. But there are a lot of things actually happened besides Russia, Ukraine, besides lot of things. Like there is example is that ki Israel and then Hamas. Okay, yeah. Like Israel is actually kind of like a bombing the Hamas people, and then millions of people are dying and stuff like that. But in that particular case, US and Europe are kind of like a uh, something related to the Israel. They say that the things that Israel doing is kind of like a for their pride and stuff like that, which is somewhat true by the way, because the initial attack was done by the Hamas, so which is not really good. But I don't know, like I'm not really kind of like a something very expert in that particular thing, but what I'm trying to tell you is this thing that ki when the as Jai Shankar mentioned that particular thing to the rest of the world that ki like your problem is a world problem, but besides your problem there is nothing really at all. It kind of like a represent the confidence, represent that key, that confidence is kind of like a showcase with this human gesture, and then gravity into the words. It kind of like a create a kind of like a headlines into the newspaper and news media. Okay, yeah. And this is kind of like a something person that we want. Okay, like basically having that particular experience, having that particular work, having that particular information. It kind of like a boost your info confidence, and not only boost the confidence, we can also kind of like a telling a way that what we want. Okay, yeah. So it is like a, it's kind of like a somebody that ultra pro max level of confidence. And yeah, this is what kind of like a something is this thing. Okay, yeah. So you understand now what is actually the visualization, what is actually the kind of like a something, the physical appearances actually happen when you have that much confidence. Okay, like a comedian, like a motivational speaker, or like S.J. Shankar. Okay, there are a lot of people who has kind of like a something like confidence in, they are telling about stuff and stuff like that. They not only talk about just speak. They are kind of like something they talk about with the body language, and it kind of like a represent their confidence is even more higher. All right, yeah. So these are kind of like a something body language is actually play while confidence level is increased. All right, yeah. Next question: how do I present myself to other, and what can I improve? Oh, how do I present myself into other, and what can I improve? What's the present myself? A present myself means like that ki, like you like basically is this thing, yeah, you don't really knew it, but yeah. So have you ever seen, have you ever kind of like experienced this thing that ki somehow suddenly you are crossing some sort of ways, or you've seen particular girl, or you've seen some particular guy, or you've seen particular person who looks really good, who looks really something that like he was wearing blazer, he was kind of like a looking something really dashing, he was kind of like a something like stand out regarding about his appearance, the clothes and costumes and whatever it is. Okay, yeah. This is called as a kind of like a something, how do you present yourself in front of other, which is really essential. Because of that key, like like what is exactly the difference between the rich person and poor person? Obviously rich person has wearing some sort of really good clothes and something like that. A poor person will not kind of like a simply wear that particular stuff, and probably he would wear kind of like a something like that key, like fati hui jeans and fata hui pant, and yeah, like these are kind of like a something. No one is actually putting the label that I am a rich person and I am the poor person. No, it kind of like a something that the way that they present themselves in the society, we kind of like a judge according to them. Okay, yeah. Like does he wear, does he have what kind of like a something house, how much big his house, how much car he has, how big his car, how kind of like a something like clothes he wearings, what kind of like a dressing sense and everything. Okay, yeah. His stylize is kind of like a mention that he how much good it is and how much bad it is. All right, yeah. So the question is that ki, how do I present myself to the other, like what is actually my, like how do I present myself to the people? Okay, yeah. Like as a kind of like a something as a appearance way, how do I present myself? Okay, yeah. So at this moment I am like there are a couple of things that I wanted to take care of that. Okay, first of all is that ki I like to wear watch. Okay, yeah, and I always wear a watch. Okay, yeah, but is that there is a one thing. Okay, yeah, while doing workout, I am not prefer to. I'm not prefer to wear the watch because of that it kind of like something bothering me, and while doing workout it always be a sweaty. So yeah, as also I don't really like smartwatch, and I don't really like that kind of like a something metal watch. No, I like kind of like a something black belt watch, which kind of like a fits on the wrist, which kind of like a became the complete man. Okay, yeah. Like having you wear that particular watch, it kind of like I don't know, like basically this is kind of like a something that I wanted to present myself that I always wear watch. Okay, besides workout, so I always wear watch. Okay, yeah. Another thing, I don't really wear any kind of like a something sandal or slipper. No, I always prefer to shoes because like I don't know, like I don't want to be my kind of like a something feet are just feet. No, like basically slippers and sandals are kind of like a represent the feet, but when you wear the shoes, it kind of like a represent little bit of power into the feet. I don't know, like basically I do that. I don't really have any kind of like a slipper or sandal. No, I have shoes, like I have workout shoes, I have running shoes, I have that white shoe that kind of like a show off, and there is a another shoes that I have doesn't really have any laces. It kind of like a something very easily that I could wear and easily I could take off. Okay, yeah. So it's bitterly comfortable and bitterly kind of like a easy, and it kind of like a something giving the equivalent vibe of the shoes too. So yeah, so this is how I represent like wearing shoes. Okay, yes. And then during the day, I usually wear sunglasses. Okay, yeah. I definitely prefer to wear sunglasses because of that. Ki, I don't know. Like I wanted to like I like to be wear sunglasses. Okay, yeah. So I wear sunglasses. Okay, not really that much fancy, but somehow kind of like a somebody black sunglasses is good. Okay, yeah. So I wear sunglasses. Okay, but I not only wear every time like during the night or during the evening, no, or during the workout as also no. Okay, yeah. Then clothes, yeah. Mostly I wear a t-shirt. Okay, yeah, because it's kind of like something very comfortable. But when there is an occasion where I have to go to the wedding or somewhere event, then I would prefer to be a t-shirt. Okay, sorry, I would prefer to be a shirt, a plain white shirt or plain any color. Okay, yeah. A t-shirt, sorry, a shirt. Okay, yeah, with kind of like a something entire full sleeves and the collar and everything. Okay, yeah. So this is kind of like a something plain shirt. Okay, with kind of like a something plain pant. Okay, yeah. With a event or any kind of like a wedding, I wanted to represent myself with a plain shirt, with a kind of like a formal pant, with shoes. Okay, yeah. It kind of like a something showing, and as also cut in sorry, like basically like I put my, like basically is this thing I tuck in. What's a tuck in means like that key, like how do I supposed to explain, like basically is this thing um like shirt आतमध्ये टाकणे. Okay, yeah. I'm not really sure the Hindi word for that. It's a kind of like a something tuck in that key you are, the formal looks really good when you tuck in. Okay, yeah. So this is kind of like a something I represent when I have to go to the wedding or any kind of like a something event. All right, yeah. With wristwatch, sunglasses, and shoes are already included. All right, yeah. So this is how I represent myself. So this is how I present myself into the society. Okay, yeah. Why I do that? Okay, yeah. It's like that, na ki. I don't know, like I don't really have any kind of like a something reason why I do that, but it's like that. Na, I like to wear good as possible as it can. Okay, yeah. Like perfume, I don't really like the perfume. Like I like the perfume, but it's just like that. Na, ki perfume is always be fade away. So it's like that. Ki perfume is very third priority for me. Okay, yeah. But it's like that. Na, ki when you present yourself as good as possible as you can, people are actually giving you that particular vibe. Okay, that ki they are kind of like a something that ki ha, the things that you are looking good, so probably they also talk you really good. I also talk them with really good. So is this thing. Okay, yeah. If I'm kind of like a something wearing like a stupid shirt pant with kind of like a sandal and sleepers and I went to wedding, then probably the attention that I will get from the people will be really less. Okay, yeah. But it's kind of like a something like that na ki it's a personal choice, dude. Okay, it's a very subjective thing. If you like to be that particular person, this is it. Like it's all okay. Like every person is not kind of like a something a same person. Okay, yeah. And that makes it world bit really differently. If you are that kind of like a person who wearing this and that, don't be really ashamed of yourself, nothing really at all. It's like that na ki you are born with that particular thing and you like that particular stuff to wear and stuff, just do it. Okay, yeah. So it's like that now. Like basically some of the people are look really cool in that particular way too. Like example, if I wanted to like mention a particular appearance, there is a guy who is actually wearing half jeans with a t-shirt with the sunglasses on with sleeper. uh, he looks really good, really good, like basically just like in the afternoon. Can you imagine this particular image, the guy who's actually wearing half jeans with kind of like a t-shirt, a white t-shirt with the sunglasses and sleeper, that's it. Yes, just imagine that particular look. It also really look too. Okay, yeah, but just make sure that the clothes that you are wearing is not that much messy. Okay, yeah, or like basically not that kind of like a something that you you've seen that's a messy. No, it's like make sure that it's not messy. Okay, then rest of the appearance that you, whatever the appearance that you wanted to do, it's up to you. All right, yeah. So this is what it is. Okay, yeah, and this is how I kind of like simply present myself into the society. All right, yeah. Okay, sorry, they say that where can I improve? Okay, yeah, what, where can I improve them? All right, yeah. Improve means like that if I wanted to represent myself in a really good way, so I have to improve. So is there any kind of like a some chance to improve my personal appearance or present myself, anything? Well, improve. Well, there is only one thing that I wanted to improve. Okay, these are kind of like a something that na the value of the people is kind of like a represent by the appearance, yeah. But as also these are kind of like a something secondary. Okay, yeah. The first important required reason to improve your personality is about to you, means like that what are you, what kind of like a something career that you've done, what kind of like a something information that you have. Okay, yeah, like if you are that kind of like a person who don't really have any career and stuff like that, but you are looking like a really cool, probably you are present yourself with the society is really good, but probably most of people don't really interest in you because of that key in the end. Yeah, you are good, but probably this thing you don't really have any kind of like a something value. Okay, yeah. Instead of that, there is a guy who is kind of like a chairman of particular company, and he was wearing blazer, he has this three-piece suit and stuff like that. Then most of people have admire the value of him because he is not only the chairman of that particular company, but has also his really good appearance. Oh yeah, so definitely the value of that particular person is increased 100 times in front to the society. So this is what it is. Okay, yeah. So if I wanted to improve myself to kind of like appearance or present myself, then I wanted to be focused on as much as in my career. Okay, yeah. So yes. All right. So this is it. I should supposed to be in here, and thank you.